Yo, welcome to my channel. My name is Victor Molina. In this video, I'm going to show you the top 3 ways people are generating leads and also the new way that you can start generating leads in 2025. So just sit back, relax, get your popcorn, get your soda, whatever you drink, right? Water, drink some water, and just, take some notes because this is going to be super valuable. Hope you guys really take this and actually implement it into your business, really analyze it, and really integrate it into your brain, right? And find new ways to actually market yourself out there, right? But yeah, let's get right into it. I'm going to show you the old way right now that people are doing it and then the new way. So hopefully you guys can take this and actually implement it into your own business. So let's get into it. So let's get into the first one. So the first way people are doing this is organically. Many of you guys have probably heard this term a lot, organic, right? So organic just means that obviously people are just creating content and pushing a bunch of volume out there to be able to get new clients on board, right? But that doesn't necessarily mean it's just for new clients. It's also to provide authority, right? Value, right? And also be in the show proof that you know exactly what you're doing, if that makes sense, right? Organically. The way this funnel will work is the organic content, right? It's just simply to follow you and then getting followers from that, right? And it's pushing a bunch of content out there, right? The way you do this is by pushing people into your Instagram page or whatever page you have, right? It could be TikTok, Instagram. Those are the 2 main platforms, right? And also pushing it to your YouTube organic content. It could be to a VSL or it could just be warm outreach, right? So if people already follow you, these people are probably interested in what you have to offer, right? Because if you're providing a bunch of value in your content, then these guys who follow you are pretty much warm, right? They're pretty much, I wouldn't say sold yet, but they're almost at the edge where they're sold in your product or service, if that makes sense. And then obviously the whole purpose of this is to book a call, right? Obviously this method takes a long time, right? It's not a day to night thing, right? It isn't when you start posting content, you start getting a bunch of leads coming in, right? It takes time, right? This could be anywhere to 6 months, a year, maybe, right? If you're going to really hammer down organic, you just have to provide really valuable content and just give everything out for free, right? And obviously the people who follow you, just simply do it all manually, right? You get people to book a call with you, right? When you outreach to them. So, and at the end, right? Obviously you want a pre-call sequence in place to nurture them. And at the end, you want to be able to close them, right? So this is the way people are doing it now, right? Which is great. Right? If you're starting out, this might be a great way to start, right? Organically, right? To build some proof, build authority in whatever industry you're in, right? So that's really one of the ways they're doing it. But like I said, this takes about 6 to 12 months, 6 to 12 months, right? Maybe less, right? It really depends how much volume you're putting, how much value you're providing, right? And how confident you are in front of the camera as well. That's another thing that really depends on how successful you will be in the organic. Next, this is one that I actually did a lot back in the day when I was first starting out. So it's cold outreach. A lot of you guys probably know this. But this as well is just like organic. It takes a while to do it. It really takes a long time. I think cold outreach is a really good method if you want to get your messaging down, right? If you do cold outreach, you will get your messaging down in the DMs, right? If you're using a DM funnel, right? This is a really great way to really figure out what works and what doesn't, right? So same thing, cold DM, right? That's the first thing you're going to be doing, cold DM. You provide value, right? This could be a Loom video, right? This could be a Google Doc that you could provide for people, right? You got to stand out when you're doing cold outreach. You just can't send a simple message and say, hey, look, I could provide this, and that. You have to actually give some type of value to your audience or to the people who you are cold outreaching to, right? And if you could send some type of voice mail or some type of video where people can see you and actually hear you, it's even better, right? So process selling VSL, right? So you want to be able to sell the VSL to them, right? Like I said, a video or something, and then book a call. That's the whole purpose of the cold outreach method. Cold, value, process selling VSL, and then call booked, and then you get a pre-call sequence in place to nurture them, right? And then you close them, right? It's very simple, straightforward, right? I don't think I need to go really deep into this, but you guys know, how to cold DM, which can be combined with organic content, of course, right? You do both at the same time, right? You nurture them with organic, and then you can still cold outreach with the people who are probably not aware of what you offer, but when they click on your profile, obviously they'll be able to get nurtured by your content, right? So that's cold outreach for you. So that's one of the ways people are doing it now. All right. Next, this is an upgrade from both of these, which works really, really well. And this is the DM funnel that I like to call. So you guys have probably seen this a lot. The DM funnel, how people actually run some advertisement to their profile to be able to get DMs on what they have to offer on their product or service. So this consists of profile visit ads. So what they pretty much do is just go on Facebook, right? They launch an ad. Instead of conversions, they actually put it as profile visit ads, right? So whoever clicks on the link of your ad, they will be taken to your Instagram page where you can actually, see your content, if that makes sense. So the whole purpose of this is to get followers, right? You run a profile visit ad to get followers. After that, you want to be able to drive them to your YouTube organic content, right? You still want to be able to nurture them with long form content, right? You could post a lot of short form content, but it's in the YouTube organic content that's really going to push them to the edge, right? Or you could send them to a VSL, right? Do warm outreach, and then also retargeting ads. So for the people who actually followed you, for the people who liked your content, all those people, you want to be able to run a retargeting ad, right? So maybe people just kind of interacted with your content but didn't follow. That's when the retargeting ads will trigger, and then send them some more ads of what you have to offer, if that makes sense, right? But all these things have to be in place, right? YouTube, right? You create organic YouTube videos just like this that I'm doing right now, VSL or warm outreach, right? All the people who follow you, you simply just DM them, and then obviously try to get them on a call, if that makes sense. And obviously the whole purpose is to book a call, right? The whole purpose of the profile visit ad, it isn't to convert them into clients in your messaging, right? In your DMs. It's just to book a call. That's the whole purpose of this. And then pre-call nurture, right? You have to have some type of sequence in place to be able to get these guys on a call, right? If you just kind of get them on a call but don't have some type of reminders in place, right? Your show up rate is just going to drop. They're probably not going to show up at all, right? So you must have a pre-call sequence in place to be able to get them on a call. It's very important. So, and then obviously the last part is to close them, right? So this is really how it works, right? Profile visit ads, followers, right? And then you push them to all these, right? YouTube organic, warm outreach, VSL, and then some retargeting ads. And then the whole purpose of that is to book a call, right? Every single one of these will have a link, right? With your warm outreach, you will probably send a link, right? And then obviously you have a pre-call nurture, and then you close them, which is very simple. With all these, obviously there's a lot more to it, right? It's a lot more complicated than just this, right? There's a lot of moving parts, especially when you're getting into advertisement. There's a lots of moving parts. So, but this is really just very simple, straightforward. That way you guys can have an understanding of how it actually works from top to bottom. Maybe I'll create another video where I actually have the whole funnel to see everything, how everything connects, and I'll show you all that. It'll probably look very, very confusing to you guys, but it's very simple once you kind of get the hang of it and know exactly how everything goes. Where you have to have a plan on how profile, if you're running ads, you have to know exactly how that's going to go, right? Once you launch the ad, okay, where is that going to go? Okay, they're going to fill up this form. Okay, if they're going to fill up this form, where's that information going? And then you got to figure all that out, right? So it's a lot more complicated than this, but this is very simple that we can have an idea on how it actually works. So, and then finally, we got the new way, which is the way people are doing it now in 2025. So I'm going to show you guys that right now. This is the new way. So leads ads campaign. So with this new way, you're still going to be running ads, right? But now this time you're actually going to be taking them to a landing page, right? So let me just give you an example. So if you're an insurance agent who's independent, right? Many of you guys probably don't have a social media presence, right? you guys rely on leads, you have to close deals every single month, right? Because if you don't close deals every single month, then you are cooked, right? You don't eat that month if you don't close deals, right? So it's very, very important for you to get leads, right? You could try this DM funnel if you have a profile. I mean, like a good organic content in place, strategy in place. But many of you guys don't, right? And many of you guys are probably just starting out, or many of you guys are already in the industry and are trying new ways to get leads by vendors, right? All these things. They're not working, family members, friends, right? Referrals, right? If you're relying on referrals, you're cooked. You have to generate your own leads. At some point, you have to. There's no other way except to generate leads on your own, right? So this is exactly what you guys need, right? And even if you're an online coach or fitness coach, real estate coach, whatever, online, if you're online, you can still use the same new way to generate leads, right? Without having a organic presence, right? A established Instagram page, right? This is the way you could do it. So the new way, right? Lead ad campaign, you send them to a landing page, right? But this landing page isn't just some random landing page, right? They're going to fill up some form, right? So they're going to look at your ad, and you have to be able to, I wouldn't say convince, because you're not convincing people. You're just pretty much telling people the truth of what they need, right? Not what they want, right? So when people look at your ad, they'll get sent to this landing page. You're going to fill up a form where they're going to be able to look at one of your videos, right? So in this case, there's another step that I'm missing here, which is, hold up. The other step is you need a video. Sorry about my handwriting, it's terrible, but you need a maybe 10-minute video showcasing what you do, how you help people, right? So there's a whole structure behind that video. So of course you got to introduce yourself, intro, right? After the intro, you have to be able to sell them the dream. But before you sell them the dream, you got to tap into their problems, why they need it. And after you tap into the problems, you have to sell the dream. Okay, it's terrible handwriting, but you got to sell the dream, right? So intro, problem, sell the dream, right? That's just a very, very simple structure that you can have in place, but that's pretty much how it works, right? So intro, who you are, right? You got to be able to see your face in this 5-minute video, right? Introduce the problem, what their pain points are, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? To get them hooked, right? And then how they're going to be able to solve the problem by selling them the dream, right? That's the whole purpose, right? And obviously you go through the whole process, how they can do that and how easy it's going to be. Of course, just like with everything else, it's not easy, right? There's a lot of moving parts when it comes to whether it's life insurance or if you're an online coach, right? There's a lot of things that you have to go through before. But with everything, right, you have to ease their mind, right? Because if not, they'll have their guard up. So that's a simple structure that's right here. So after they film this form, they would actually get taken to a video, 10-minute video or 5, where they'll get nurtured, right? They'll get to see you, they'll get to hear you, they'll get to see what you're all about, right? And after they see that 10-minute video, then you drag them into the book call, right? The initial message, which you can use AI. That's something that we're really getting heavily in. So if you're not using AI, you're cooked, right? 2025 is going to explode, right? Automations, all those things, you need to have that in place. And if you don't have that in your business, you're cooked. So next, obviously, a conversion flow system, automation, something that's going to be able to follow up with you without you having to be there, right? If you're constantly following up, you have 10-hour days just sitting on your desk trying to follow up with people who probably don't even answer, right? But that's just very important to have all of this in place before, right? To get as much people to answer. Then obviously you got retargeting ads, right? Same thing like this one, retargeting ads, right? people who just interacted with the content but didn't convert or didn't fill up a form, whatever it is, or interacted with the content, right? All these things, you have to have that in place, right? Next, we got call booked, right? That's the whole purpose, is to book a call, right? After all these steps. And then you have to have a pre-call nurture sequence in place. You must have this. You must. There's no way you cannot have this. If you're not following up with these guys after they book a call with you, you're leaving a lot of money on the table. Really, it is, right? I didn't have this in place first in my business, and I didn't, like, when I was first starting up, people would just not show up. Why? Because they would forget. They're extremely busy, right? They have jobs, they have family, whatever it is, right? Maybe they run their own business, right? If you're targeting business owners, or if you're just targeting customers, right? These guys are busy with their jobs, right? So you must have some reminders in place to be able to get these guys on a call. And obviously the last step is to close them, right? And obviously then you do your own thing, right? You close them, you go through the whole process. And then obviously you have to have your own process of how, like if you're your online coach, you have to be able to have onboarding sequence, right? Onboarding, how are you going to do the onboarding? Boom, right? Or if it's just a customer, like life insurance, right? You're a life insurance agent, right? They're going to be a client, but you got to get all their info, right? So info, right? Get them into your CRM, right? Update their information, right? Because obviously these guys are going to be paying you every single year, right? Depends if they can keep affording their policy or whatever it is, right? But you have to be able to close them and have them on there. You have to have your own sequence. How are you going to get these guys on a call? How are you guys going to, nurture these guys, right? If you're a business, right? So this is pretty much how it literally works. So leads, right? For conversions, landing page, fill up the form. Once they fill up the form, right, they will have to click a simple button that just says, take me to a training, take me to a video, whatever it is, right? To get nurtured by you, right? 10-minute video. And then once they watch that video, all they simply do is just book a call with you, right? And then that's when you have these follow-up systems in place to be able to get them on the like a follow-up system, because these guys are going to forget, right? If they could book a call, sometimes they don't show up, right? Or even if they just fill up the form and they don't book a call, you have these things in place, right? So these guys, there's no way of escaping from you anymore once they fill up the form, right? And that's the thing we want. We want their information. That way they can't escape from you at all, right? They're going to get messages from you. They're going to get emails from you, right? They're going to get calls from you, right? However you do your way of trying to convert these guys, right? But these things are all automated though. These things, which is something that you need in place. You must have that in place, right? That way you could focus on just closing deals, right? Once leads come in, all you do is just close them, right? This thing's already in place, and that's what you need, right? And then obviously we get the retargeting ads in place, and then that way you're not chasing after the guys who just interacted with your content or just clicked on your page, right? They'll get targeted back into this, right? So that's really how everything works. This is the new way, which are people doing it. You guys are probably seeing this. This is not something new. People have done this before, but it's kind of making its way back into 2025, if that makes sense. There's other ways to really, start getting clients, right? You can either build a community, right? Whatever it is. Right? There's so many ways. I'll probably make another video on how other ways you can generate leads or, things like that. But really, this is how it works. So this is the new way, and it's a lot more simple. All you need is a landing page, and all you need is a conversion flow follow-up system that's going to do all the work for you. And then at the end, all you have to do is just get those leads and close them. That's all you have to do. So that's all I have for you guys. Hopefully you guys actually took some value out of this. Leave your comments down below. I really want to know if this was actually valuable or not, right? I really want to be able to improve everything that I learned. I just want to be able to give it to you guys. You guys can implement for yourselves. If you guys do need some help with your own marketing and want to get leads for your own business, you guys could definitely send me a DM on Instagram. I'll have it linked down below. But if not, obviously you guys could do your own thing. Just really take this, implement it into your own business, create your own Miro board. But take this, really implement it, and I hope you guys have a really nice day. Let's go.